a man's hand if I'm on a date or something. Like, I want to know what your hands look like.
That is,
So,
yes, it's a deal breaker for
100%.
me.
It's a deal breaker.
Yes. I was like, is someone going to be mad at me for acknowledging that I'm white?
I really like my IUD out of all of the birth control methods that I have tried, but
You'd be like,
typical way that bodies have been described is like pear shape, apple shape. It's based on shape.
basically, the ongoing debate of that movie is like, can men and women be friends?
Let's talk about it. Hey, welcome back. We're Not For Everyone. I'm Jess. That's Caroline. It's a podcast hosted by a hater and a lover. I almost forgot how we do the intro because you did it last week, and we always have this like weird debate about like who wants to do it. Should you be the only one that ever does it? No, why did we say that? Like
Yeah,
we just can't figure out this intro routine. I just wish we could start the
we
episode at
can't.
like 3 minutes every time, you know?
I mean, sometimes I like to not do an intro. I do that like
Okay.
with YouTube videos sometimes, just be like, let's just get into the meat of it.
Right.
But I don't know. And with audio, it's like we're in the dark here. Like, where are we?
Can't find my
People
way.
need we need to direct people, but we are actually not the ones suited to best do that.
No, I don't think so. If you're here looking for direction, then you're in the wrong place. We will just be
No.
talking in circles probably for years to
Yeah.
come.
If you're looking to meander or like or for like a good malaise, I feel like you and I are both in the thick of a malaise today.
It feels malaise. It feels Milady feels malaise.
Malaise. It's malaise as fuck out here. Are we
Malaise would
speaking
be like
in
an interesting name. No? Don't you
Wait,
think
am
it
I
sounds like
using
a French name?
malaise? Yeah.
Tell us
An
what the definition
interesting
is, because like I kind of know, but
It's one of
not.
those words where you ever start using a word where you're like, I actually don't know if I know what that means. Like, I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure I do, and I had to look it up just to confirm. Okay, I
all
think
the
I was
time.
close. Malaise, it's a noun, a general feeling of discomfort, illness, or uneasiness whose exact cause is difficult to identify. Quote, a general air of malaise.
Okay, it comes
Um,
from malady, or those two words are
oh, sounds right
from
to
the
me.
same root, probably.
Malai, yeah, the root malai. We love words.
Malaise. So, do you still feel that malaise accurately describes you today? Because when it talked about sickness and
Not
stuff, I was
really,
like,
not
no.
really. I think I'm more like, I feel more sedated. I feel more sedated.
Yes, as do
And
I, as
you
do I.
I was gonna say you are sedated too.
Thank
This
you
is a
for
this is a
thank you
fun
for
podcast for
deciding.
everyone. I know. I do like to tell people how they feel. If you wanna get in a fight pretty fast, just tell someone how they feel.
Um, I am a little sedated. Last night I hung out with my friend Tony, who is like my sweet other half little male boy. And I don't know why I
Wow!
described him that way.
He
He's
sounds like the jester in your sex court. My sweet little half male boy. What? Talk
he
about a
is
malaise. Talk
my
about a
talk about a
malaise.
malaise. He is my like one of my best guy friends. We have the same birthday, and so we call each other twin. And he's like 5 years younger than me, so he's like my sweet little, I feel like he's my twin little brother. Like,
I
I
think you
probably
na-
referenced him
I
before.
think you referenced him on the podcast before. Yeah. Now I'm
Yeah,
remembering.
he's a sweetie pie.
Oh.
And so we hung out, we haven't seen each other in a while, and we sat down at this, like, taco place, in my neighborhood, and I had gotten there early, so I had already ordered a margarita, and then he got there and was ordering the same thing, and our server was like, "Do you want a pitcher?" And without skipping a beat, we just looked at each other, and then we were like, "Yeah." And then we proceeded to sit there for 2.5 hours and catch up and have what we call emotional counseling, which is just like when he and I like talk through life's hardest challenges one-on-one together, and had a pitcher of margaritas. And the annoying thing is that I didn't feel drunk at all during or after, but today
Hate it.
I am
Hate
hungover.
it.
I am
You got all
sedated.
you got all the benefits of the hangover, but didn't feel drunk at all during.
Barely, barely. Like the lightest buzz by the
That
end.
Oh, that is rude.
I know, and it's not like I needed to be drunk, but it's like, "Listen, I said I'm ordering a pitcher of margaritas, like, there's purpose behind this, there's intentionality behind this."
Yeah, yeah,
And, the only purpose was that today my head's a little weird. It is what it is, but we had a great
yeah.
time. I
I
highly
wish you could.
recommend having a male best friend type of figure who's, like, younger and wiser than you. It's very
uh,
helpful.
Alright, so there's the podcast topic for the day, a male
Mm,
best friend.
platonic
One of
friendship.
one of my favorite movies, When Harry Met Sally.
Oh,
Gotta
same.
rewatch it every fall time
Ooh,
season.
coming up.
What coming up, girl. We're about to have, like, 4 whole days of fall, then it's gonna be winter.
Yeah, true.
But, basically, the ongoing debate of that movie is, like, can men and women be friends?
Right.
And without one of them wanting to sleep with the other
Yeah, at any point, like,
at
maybe it
some
comes
point.
and then passes, but yeah. Yeah, it's an interesting question that I do think about because I have a couple of close guy friends in my life who I don't think that our friendships are the same as my female friendships. And so
Sure.
that already begs a question of like, why isn't it the same? Is it because men and women can't really be friends? But to me,
Mm,
it's more like men and women are just different in a lot of ways. And so my friendships with women aren't going to look the same as my friendships with men. Um, but yeah, I don't know the answer to that, I guess, but I feel very good about the fact that I keep male friends and that like there's some of the people I feel like I can really confide in about uh I don't know, I can confide in my female friends too. I don't know what the difference is. It's just like a perspective. I get a perspective from them that like I'm sometimes missing and is sometimes fresh and unique compared to a lot of my
yeah.
women in my life kind of like think the same and act the same as me.
Yeah,
Um
absolutely.
yeah,
It's diverse thought to
right.
surround yourself with. Yeah. Diverse experience. That makes sense. That's nice. I don't really know if I have any just male friends right now. I think some like eliminated themselves. I had one good male friend and I think he wanted, he
Mhm.
had the energy, and so eventually that wasn't happening. So he kind of took himself out. I had like one good male friend, maybe when I lived in New York, but then I ended up ruining that one. Like
Yeah.
I don't know. Also, I think going to all girls school for so long, and then I basically went to an all girls college because I went to theater school where everyone was a lady or everyone was gay, and, um, I just haven't had a lot of platonic male friends, but I do, I wouldn't be suspicious of someone who had male friend or platonic friends in either direction. I do feel like probably there's sexual tension somewhere on someone's end,
Mm,
but that also, to me, that doesn't mean that, you can't continue to keep them as a friend.
right.
Yeah, I don't know. I actually kind of wish it was something that I had. It is just like a different energy, but yeah, that sounds
Yeah.
nice. That sounds nice to
It is
have
nice. It is
a
nice.
little
I mean,
Tony running around.
a little Tony. Yeah, I think I mean, I've had friendships with men that have not worked out because somebody's had more feelings than that for somebody else. So like I've also had that
Mhm.
happen a couple of times.
Mhm.
Um, but I don't know, like maybe there's so many factors, right? It's like, are the individuals in relationships with other people? Like that can kind of help. Right now, I am. Tony is actually in a relationship with uh he has a girlfriend. So like I don't know. It's so interesting that I'm talking about Tony specifically. But
This is the
like
Tony episode,
this is the Tony
the
episode.
full Tony feature. Just let's call it the Tony episode.
I yeah, so I don't know, maybe that helps and changes the dynamic where it's like, okay, we're both in relationships and we can come together and talk about our relationships and get the perspective of like the other sex
Mm,
and then
yeah,
go
that's
back to our
nice.
relationships and like implement it or think about things differently. Like, that's something that I think we both really get from each other. Um I don't know, he's also a bit younger than me. Like we took on the sister brother type of mentality
Yeah,
very early,
I
which
can see
maybe
that based on
also yeah, maybe also, like, we kinda, like, wanted it to be a platonic friendship, labeled it as such by being like, "You're my twin," and then just it's not
yeah.
been weird,
That
but
is
that's
funny. I
hard to
feel like
do.
yeah, I
It
feel
doesn't
like that
happen
is a
every time.
thing. You'd be like, "I think of you like a little sister," with like, "Just to be clear, I don't fuck any of my sisters, none of them." I do feel like that probably on some level, subconscious or not, maybe not in your situation, but I feel like sometimes when people do that, they're like, "Just so you know,
Yeah.
you don't stand a chance."
Yeah, like, friend zoning big time at the beginning. There's this show that I just finished watching on Apple TV called Platonic with
Mm,
Seth Rogen and Rose Byrne, who is a hilarious I've seen her in many things, but in this
she's
show, I
so good.
realized that she is such a good comedic actress. I was
She's
like,
really funny.
she hadn't really been on my radar in that way, but she was really funny. Yeah, it's called Platonic, and
Mm.
it explores this very question. It's like a woman and a man who were have always just been friends. They've never hooked up. Um, but, like, potentially there have been those questions in their heads over the years of like, "Well, I feel I have so much love for this person and they really get me and I have fun with them, so, like, maybe there's something," but nothing ever happened. They both got married and, like, their relationship changed over the course of time, I think because of, like, getting with other people, we're no longer in college anymore, whatever, and then in adulthood, they come back together and become like, start hanging out more again. And anyway, it's a really, like, subtle exploration of this
Yeah,
question.
that sounds
Um,
cool.
Nothing, like, specifically happens, but lots of little moments build over the course of this, like, 8-episode season or something, and I really liked watching it. So if I don't know. I think it's an interesting topic, and I don't necessarily have an answer. I think it's, like, sometimes you can and sometimes you can't.
Yeah,
Um, but there are intricacies in a male-female friendship that don't exist in a same-sex friendship, you know?
yeah, yeah.
And
I
then it makes me
co-sign.
think too of, like, I don't know. Never mind, actually.
What? What?
Well, then when I just said that, I was like, there are also, queer people who are attracted to people of the same sex. So in that scenario, it's flipped. Like there's a different dynamic that maybe is sometimes awkward. Like two lesbian women just being friends, for example. I don't know. Are there weird dynamics there that need to be navigated? It's not my experience, so I know nothing about it, but it's kind of funny. Like we talk about it as can men and women be friends, but it's also like can just two people who are attracted to the sex that each other are be friends regardless of whether it's
Yeah.
same sex or not. Do you know what I'm saying?
I do know what you're saying. I
Yeah.
don't feel like I don't have anything to add because it's not my
Right.
experience. I could say what the queers have reported to me, but I don't I don't feel in a place to represent them. Yeah.
Yeah. We need to get some queer friends on the show. I have a lot of them. I need the queer
I have a lot
representation
of them.
sometimes. Yeah.
You know how many people want me to be gay?
Oh, everybody, they're DMing us all the time. They're
Yeah.
literally like they're literally like, "Caroline is just ready to
Is
let
that what
us
they're
know."
saying? Is that what they're saying in the
O
DMs?
Only like 2 people, but, those are
Oh,
the
okay.
DMs that are the loudest because maybe I want that too, so that I can be free and we can both just be in love.
That's so funny.
Who were you
Yeah.
referring to?
I don't know,
People
just
on
lots of
YouTube?
people.
People
People
in
on
your actual
YouTube,
life?
people in my actual life. Yeah, lots of people. I don't know why. Often think I'm gay, and that's cool. Um, but um, everyone wants everyone in my family to be gay. Everyone wants my brother to be gay. Everyone wants my dad to be gay. Um, I don't think anyone wants Elizabeth to be gay. For some reason, that sounds scary. Does that sound scary to me? Does that sound scary? Would she like take over the world somehow?
Yeah, if she was just attracted to women, that's the one thing that's that's missing in order for her to just run the whole
Total
damn show.
domination.
Total domination.
The joke in our family is that my Julia, my younger sister, is bi, and she's like, "Everyone thinks everyone in this family is gay except for me." No one. She's the actual gay one, and she gets, shafted a lot.
Yeah.
But
I feel like it's a compliment for people to want a lot of people in your family to be gay because it's kind of what it I don't know, maybe what it's saying is like
you feel like you're gay. You seem pretty gay.
I don't know, maybe it's a compliment from people who are of the same sex, like, I take
I think
compliments
so. I
from
take it as a
women way
compliment.
more to heart, and I'm way more excited about them than compliments from men. You know what I mean?
I don't know if I feel the same way, but I do take it as a compliment. I mean,
Yeah.
I like compliments from men too.
Oh,
But yeah, I
please.
do take it
Yeah.
as a compliment. Please, please, please,
Let's be clear, I think I've made it
please.
if I've made one thing my platform on this entire 39 episodes of our podcast, it's that I want compliments at
I
all
want
times.
compliments. I don't
Yeah.
care where they're coming from. Please compliment me. What
Ugh,
else are we doing here?
totally, totally, just help me pass another day feeling better than I would without the compliment. Totally, but I do feel there's a special place in my heart for compliments from women because women, I feel like,
Okay.
are more critical and like note more detail oriented, notice a lot of little things. This is
Truth.
obviously a generalization, but I feel like when a woman compliments something about like the way I look or the way I carry myself or the way I speak, I'm like, she really noticed that and thought about it and got over her ego as a fellow woman to like tell me about it, and that means she really felt strongly about it, so I'm gonna really hold on to
Yeah.
that. You know what I
That's
mean?
nice. Totally,
Mhm.
that's super nice, and I'm trying to think as you described it, I'm trying to compare it to times when guys have really considered and reflected and complimented me on how I carry myself or how I speak, and I'm like, "I have 0 instances. They don't fucking do that." So that brings me back to, it would mean more from a guy to me.
Oh, I
Aside from,
see.
from, like, my boyfriend or something, like, what dude's walking around being like, "I just really respect the way you carry yourself." Like, never in my life. Never in my life has I encountered this. But
Okay.
I take your point. I take your point about what you mean about women, of course, yeah,
Yeah, okay, so
totally.
it's just
I
that the
think
sample size is all
the
off.
sample size is fucked, yeah, but if it's a compliment, I'm into it.
Yeah.
What here's the question. I don't know why I presented it that way.
I don't know why I whispered ASMR time.
Yeah. What do you wish you were admired or appreciated for more often?
Oh, that is a good question. I don't know, I could get serious with it, I could get funny with it. I
I
feel
feel
like
like
my
okay.
ass deserves more credit, so I'll say
Okay.
that right off the bat. And that's funny, but it's also not a joke. It's
It's
something I feel strongly about. Like, are people
okay.
seeing? I lift, I squat, it's been really developing over the last couple of years,
Are
and
people seeing, "Do you have eyes or are you blind?" is my
right,
question.
because
Yeah.
I think the people who are seeing it, which is basically my boyfriend and my best friend Kai, they're giving me compliments about my butt all the time. So I don't know what everyone else is
As
doing.
soon as you said the people who are seeing it are my boyfriend, I'm immediately picturing like intimate situations, and then
Right.
you're like, and also Kai, and I'm like, then just all of a sudden Kai is photoshopped into the background of a scene where you are naked.
It is, yeah, it is a
Kai and your
fantasy that she
boyfriend
and
are
I have
getting
discussed.
yeah, Kai and your boyfriend are getting the same experience of your ass.
Yeah, I would say they're the
That's
2
nice.
people that are they're just the ones who are looking for it, you know what I mean?
Okay,
Like, maybe for different
sure.
reasons, but she's my hype woman, like, she's looking she's making sure she's noticing the
She's
right
sniffing
things and
around.
giving me the right compliments.
Okay.
But if I'm not talking about my ass, then what should I be appreciated more for? I don't know. I feel like I do a lot of things in a given day and in a given week, and I feel like that should be seen more because a lot of the
Okay.
things I do are just they happen in my apartment, on my phone or on my laptop or whatever in this sick world that we live in where it's all just technology and we're all isolated. But I'm getting shit done, whether it's work related or side hustle related or supporting my friends or like being hilarious in a text thread or on my Instagram story or like I don't know. I feel like I'm doing some good shit all the time, and I'm the
Yeah.
only one who's seeing it because 'cause I'm just in my apartment on my phone being like, "This is really good right now." So, I
Being
think just the
hilarious
amount
on a
that I
text
do.
thread.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't
Wow.
know.
Yeah,
You're
you're
the
the only one
only
who's
one
getting to
who
see the
really
full
knows
picture.
all that you do,
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
everybody else
isn't that
only gets
weird?
a slice of it.
Yeah. I want someone to see the whole pizza pie.
Right, I want someone to just watch me live my life in my apartment.
That's why I started vlogging. I was like, "This is good. You guys should look at this. You guys should
Can
fucking
I
watch
tell
this."
you, the
What?
other day, I
What?
watched your
Okay,
most
go
recent
on.
vlog as of the time
Ooh.
of recording.
Ooh. Oh my
Yeah,
getting weird.
left you a voice memo about it because I was so moved. I watched your vlog, which was your nighttime vlog, like white woman in the night or whatever you called it.
That's basically what it was. That's that's such a funnier title. I might update it to that. That's so fucking funny.
White
Why
woman
would
in the night.
why
People are
would
gonna click on it like, "Oh, fucking Karen." Like, what's she doing this time?
I
And then
second
it
guessed myself on the title after I posted it. For it's actually called "Small White Female at Night,"
right, 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 right.
and then after I posted it, like sometimes when you're drafting up a text, like a scary text to send, and then once you send it and it turns blue, it you feel very differently about it than when you're just like drafting it.
Yes. Yes, yes,
Like
yes.
you can see it differently. You have different sense about it once it's actually sent. And that's what happens when I publish videos sometimes. I'm like, I don't know what title. Then I publish the title and it's called Small White Female at Night. And I was after it was up for 10 minutes, I was like, is someone gonna be mad at me for acknowledging that I'm white? I don't know, like I don't know how they could possibly do it, but like somehow it felt unsafe to admit that I'm white or something. And
You
I
know that you're
changed it.
white? You've looked at yourself? How dare
I
you?
don't know. Has anyone else noticed? I don't know.
In
Maybe they
this
haven't
space,
noticed.
in on
In
the
in
internet?
in this
Please.
economy? Yeah, I know. And I changed it for a moment and I freaked out. I think some people even noticed me changing it. They're like, "Whoops, she second guessed herself."
Oh,
And
that's
then I
so
changed
funny.
it back. Then I changed it back.
I
But
like the
anyway,
title. It was
I am
funny.
white. If nobody knew, if nobody knew,
Nobody
I don't know.
knew.
This is just a fight I had with myself in my head, but I'm coming out of the closet as being white.
Oh, cool. Congrats.
Thank
It's
you.
an unsafe world to do that in, so, you know. I
Okay,
can't come out as the same
compliment.
because my racial
You're not
identity
white.
is very confusing to me
It's
and everyone
confusing.
else, which
Yeah,
is a whole other topic.
yeah.
But going back
Let's get
to
back to I feel like there was a compliment coming my way,
the
so
white
let's get
woman at
back to
night,
that.
there was a compliment coming.
Good,
Um,
excellent.
loved this vlog, really recommend it to everyone if you haven't seen it yet because you're like, "I don't know what you're even doing," go watch it, it's really good. And I just love a vlog, and I really liked the nighttime angle on it, like,
Ooh.
it was a different energy, it brought a different, like, coyness to the whole experience, and then at the end, you talked about wait, I don't even know why I brought this up right now, hold on, I'm trying to remember because
Don't
I
fucking
could
lose
talk
my
about what you
compliment.
said
There
at
was a
the end.
compliment. There was gonna be a compliment in there for
Oh,
sure. I
oh, I
could
remember
feel
now.
it.
Okay, well, I mean, the compliment is that I loved the whole vlog, and especially
Oh,
at the end,
okay.
you concluded it with, like, this really thoughtful, um, like, reflection on how you've been feeling lately and, like, the changes that you're going through as a person who's so used to being single and independent, and now you're in a relationship, and we've talked about some of that on the podcast, and I felt like the way that you represented it in your vlog was really well put and well said, and what it made me
Thank you.
feel was like, you really, um, encapsulated and made magical the experience of, like, just being in your home alone on a random evening and, like, allowing the stillness and allowing the reflection and allowing I don't know, like, I was really afterwards, I was like, "I need a night like that. I need to
Mm.
let myself be, like, still and with my own thoughts. Like, don't turn on a show, don't turn on a podcast, like, I need to do more of that." It really inspired me, so that's the compliment.
That's the
Um,
biggest compliment. That makes me so happy. Thank you.
and then what it inspired me to do, and I think this is why whatever we were talking about before just made me think of this, was I sat down and recorded myself as though I was gonna post it on YouTube for, like, 5 minutes, and I
Oh.
was immediately like, "No, no, 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 no." But I was like, that vlog literally inspired me to, like, create video content, like, it just made me
Wow.
like, "Whoa, do I wanna do that?" Because that was really the way it made me feel, I would love to make people feel. Do you know what I mean?
That's, like, the best compliment. I feel very happy to hear that. That's very
Yeah.
nice. I that's I know what that feeling is, but it's so like, I felt that about, certain things that inspire you. But it's so funny to think about something you made. Like, I feel that with some of my videos, I'm like, this one's killing it. But that was the one I mentioned in our last podcast. My manager asked, she was like, "Is this
Oh,
ready to
yeah.
send to the sponsor for review?" And I was like, "It's not. I don't even know what I'm filming yet. It's not filmed or edited." And I had to film it that night. And I was like, I never film at night because usually YouTube you want nice vibey daylight whatever, so I never film at night. But I had this evening to film, and I was like, I'm just gonna hang out for the evening. So in a way, it felt really like slapdash thrown together. Um, I am really happy with it how it came out, but even happier that it felt fucking inspiring. I'll kill you.
Yeah. That's how
I
I
don't
felt
know.
after I
Thanks.
watched it, I was like, "I'll kill you." I literally left you a voice memo
I
that was like,
will
You
kill.
fucking bitch, I'm
Yeah,
going
it
to
was
kill you."
mostly wait, let me play this voice memo. Let me play this voice. Can I play
It
this
was
voice
the
memo?
most erratic. Yeah, you should
Hold
play it.
on, I'm gonna pull it up. This is so fucking funny. I think it was mostly you just calling me a bitch.
Yeah, 100%. It was
I'm
on
playing this.
Wednesday, I think.
Hold on, yeah, I think I got it. How fucking dare you with this safe person monologue at the end of your vlog? How fucking dare you say that to me? Anyhow, how fucking dare I?
Yeah. Yeah, so then
Okay.
I was like, "Okay, let me
What
see what
did
it
you
feels like to
record?
record myself." Okay.
Yeah, what did
I
you
had
choose to
no
do? What'd you
plan.
do? Okay,
I
love
had
it.
no plan. I was feeling, emotional. I had a bit of an
Love,
emotional week,
love.
and I'm on the up and up now. Uh, but yeah, I had some down days this week, and so I think what happened was, like, after watching your vlog, it made me feel this thing of, like, I need to be more comfortable being alone. I need to, like, let myself go there in my brain and have these emotional thoughts, even if it is painful, because, like, I'll realize things, whatever. And I was like, maybe to make myself feel more comfortable being alone right now in this emotional state, I can film myself because it'll feel like there's an audience or there's like someone there with me, but I'm alone and I can like talk through what I'm feeling and I don't even have to put it anywhere, but it'll just make it feel like I'm talking through what I'm feeling and I am alone, but I'm not alone. I think that was the goal. So I just set it up and like talked a little bit. And then I was like, I'm gonna get some B-roll now. And I like just filmed myself like typing at my computer. And then I was like, that was bad. I think the angle was bad. Like the whole thing was just I think it was more for me, almost like a diary entry type of moment. Which
Mhm.
I've done before with voice memos and like audio recordings, but never with video.
Yeah,
um, I guess the thought was like, if it ends up being good, like I could put it somewhere, but I doubt that I will do that. So yeah, it was nothing, there was no grand idea behind it. It was just like a mechanism for me to feel safer, to open up about what I was feeling in that moment.
that's awesome. I don't think there needs to be a grand idea behind it. I think that's actually something that trips people up. That's like the perfectionist thing. People ask that all the time when they're like starting their YouTube channel. Like they don't want to make anything until they've like thought through the whole brand, the whole identity, the whole mission statement. And it's like any YouTuber you watch has dramatically changed their content and their channel over time. You just start doing something. I think it doesn't apply just to YouTube, but to anything creative you're gonna do. Like
Hmm.
just start making something. You're gonna, even if you think you've thought up a whole mission and a whole brand and a whole content schedule, like you're gonna change it regardless. So that's awesome. That sounds fun.
That reminds me of us starting this podcast and how much planning we put into it. And then just, like, we recorded that first episode that we never even used because
Lol.
we just overplanned everything. And I was thinking about it the other day because I was like, oh, I think maybe this morning or yesterday when we were talking about recording today. And I was like, I don't really have a whole lot to say from this week because it was just like, yeah, kind of a down week, a malaise week. And
Tony Malaise.
Tony Malaise week. And
Tony Malaise.
the funny thing is that his last name does start with MA, so it's not far off.
Ooh, what? Wait. Oh, I want you to tell me what it is, but that's
I'll tell you, we
not.
can cut
That's
it.
private information. What is it?
It's Tony.
Oh,
Isn't
that's
that a
okay.
good name?
That's a crazier name, actually.
Yeah, it is.
That's a fake name. That's a cartoon's name.
Yeah, well,
Keep all of that
he's
in,
my little
Abby. Keep
cartoon
all of that
boy.
in, and just bleep it. Just
Okay.
bleep it. I
He's
want
my
them to
little cartoon
wonder.
boy.
Little cartoon
He's little
boy.
Pinocchio.
Is he
What was
gonna
I saying?
hate you calling him a tiny little boy?
No.
Pinocchio? Your Pinocchio
Honestly, no.
puppet?
Maybe the Pinocchio part, but he won't listen to this. I don't know if he will. What was I saying? I don't know. Whatever. I'm tired of being serious about these topics. Let's move on.
Okay, cool. Do you want me to be mad about something?
Be mad about something. I'm begging you.
You're begging me?
Yeah, make me
Okay.
feel.
This, like, there's obviously, I was just at the gym like an hour ago, and there's a lot of ways to have bad etiquette at the gym, but there's like one or two that really infuriate me the most, which I just encountered. Went to the gym, went over to the hack squat machine, which is kind of like you're kind of almost like seated like you're in stirrups, like you're about to like give birth, but like really directed kind of up and out. The baby would fly like up and out a little bit. You're kind of back like that and you're pushing a big metal plate.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
like it's a squat type movement, but it doesn't fucking matter. And love that machine. My this this I was gonna say this tutor, this butt
Wait,
relies on that machine. Yeah.
pooter is a
No,
word for a butt.
tutor.
No, but also pooter is what I'm
Okay.
saying.
Okay.
I just learned
That's
I was just listening to a podcast where I learned that like an hour ago. So I
I
just had
mean,
to
I don't think
interject.
that's like you're saying that like it's a clinical term. Like I think it's just like it's not like more clinical than tutor.
I
Like what do you
learned.
mean
I
is a
learned
word? What
from the
are you saying?
science.
Science. Yeah, it's a medical term for your butt. That's true. I guess I can't I don't disagree.
Okay.
The hack squat machine was empty. No one was on it, and it was loaded up with about 600 pounds of
What
weights.
the fuck?
That the person did not unload their weights. You know, you can move the stuff around. It's like the big, like circle. I don't know what they're called. Spherical, not spherical,
Yeah,
just circular
plates.
plates. The person did not put their weights back, which is really annoying when it leaves the gym in a mess. And it's the definition of selfish. It's like, I gotta do what I want for me, and y'all gotta like, I'm leaving my dishes all over the kitchen. You know,
Yeah.
but except that it's worse than that because it's like I'm eating my food and then I'm leaving my dishes, but if somebody else wants to eat, they have to like get to that exact same spot. So now you didn't want to take the time to move 600 pounds of weights. So now I have to do it, and it's going to take me about 15 minutes to do it. And
Yeah.
of course, I pulled my back. Like I could fucking if you're such a big fucking strong dude, move your fucking weights when you're done. I could kill them. I pulled my back. It was the first thing I did when I got to the gym. Within 10
No.
seconds of interacting at the gym, I pulled my back trying to move some asshole's 600 pounds of weights he left on the machine. I was so upset.
That's unbelievable.
You
That would
stupid cuck.
piss me off. I am pissed off right now just
Yeah.
hearing about that.
Stupid fucks. No one ever puts I almost at my gym, I like it. It's a good gym. Kind of no complaints, except like nobody puts their weights away, which is
Mm,
that's definitely gym etiquette.
yeah, it is.
I just want to be like, okay, so you're okay. You've really proven to us. First of all, I'm about to curse. Get the kids out of the car. If the kids are listening, you kick the kids out of the car for a second. I know I'm not going to ask you to pause the podcast. I'm going to ask you to remove the
We're
children.
buying you time right now so that you can get
Yes,
them out of the car.
right now, get them out of the car. Let them take a walk around the fucking block. You're going to be back for them. This stupid fucking cuck who wants everyone to know that he's the biggest fucking man at the gym, and yet the biggest fucking man isn't going to be the one fucking picking up the heaviest weights. I'll fucking kill you. You're gonna make me do it? You stupid, selfish cuck.
Yeah. Totally with you. Totally agree.
So mad.
It's also like if you're a person who's lifting kind of in the same line of thinking that you're on, if you're a person that's lifting that much weight, then presumably you've spent a lot of time in gyms over the course of your
Yes!
life. Like, you know that that's how it fucking works. And
I
you
have
know that
almost yeah, they
600
fucking
pounds,
know.
like, you know that somebody a lot smaller than you or who doesn't lift the same amount as you could follow you on that machine right after. Like, what are you
It's so
even thinking?
obnoxious.
Pause for 2 seconds.
I think it's literally the max amount of the giant plates that you can get on the machine. So
Wow.
already it's kind of obnoxious to me. Maybe that's what a lot of men hack squat. I don't fucking know. But yeah, I almost wanted to start putting up signs, like print out official looking gym signs signed from my gym
Yeah.
on the machines, being like, please put your weights away. I'm pretty close to doing it.
You
I kind of
should. Well,
don't
you
give a
should
fuck
just
at this
bring it up to
point.
somebody that works there maybe and be like,
Oh, they're
this
so
happened to me
useless.
the
They're
other day.
so
This has happened more
useless.
than once, really." At my gym,
Yeah,
and
they're so
granted,
useless. They're
it's a
nice, but they're fucking useless.
yeah. Granted, it's a different kind of gym because it's like it's a smaller community-based gym and it's, small group training sessions as opposed to just like a free for all open gym, you go in and do what you want. But
Mhm.
part of what they teach us and what they, like, ingrain in us and part of the time that's eaten up in our sessions is people loading their plates on their own and removing their plates on their own, and, like, figuring out part of that too is, like, understanding how much weight you lift and understanding the safest way to deload the bar so that you can put the weights back without hurting yourself and
Yeah, I
cleaning up
can't
before
fucking
the
do
next people,
600.
like,
Ugh.
all of this is etiquette and all of it is part of if you're trying to, like, flex, bro, that you can squat 600 pounds or whatever that is, like, you're not flexing that hard because I'm embarrassed by your lack of gym etiquette and,
I
like,
can see how
understanding of these other aspects of it.
teeny tiny your little baby hot dog wiener is. Like,
Yeah.
you've just announced that it fills but a thimble. Like, that
But
is
a
all I know
thimble.
about but a thimble. You are but a thimble, my brother. So upset. Ugh.
Yeah.
Okay, do you want me to say something happy now? I can hit all the
Okay,
colors of the
yeah, hitting
emotional
all the
rainbow.
notes. Wow.
All the notes.
She's a
Just
professional.
tell the people what I'm wearing right now.
Okay, Caroline is wearing a white sweatshirt with the NFE logo in the corner on the chest, and then on the back it has a really big NFE logo as well,
Do people
and
know
it's
what
really
NFE
cute.
is? Do people know what
Not for
NFE is?
everyone, NFE.
Not for everyone.
Um, it's the same logo that if you follow us on Instagram, it's our little like circular profile picture on Instagram. And it's so
Yeah.
cute and I'm so jealous and I want to be in it with
You
you.
want to be in it with me?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, I think so.
My beloved sister Julia gave me the one of the best birthday gifts. She sneakily sneaked and made me a sweatshirt with an NFE sweatshirt with the logo. And I was so it's also really soft. It's like sometimes you get sweatshirts, customized or printed and they're like really cheap or whatever, but it's a really nice one. And it fit really good and is so sweet. And I was immediately like, oh my God, how am I even gonna tell Jess about this? Jess loves merch. Jess
I do.
loves merch, and I have the merch. How am I going to talk Jess? And so my original plan, I was like, oh, I'll text her about it. And then I was like, no, 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 I'll do one better. I'll just post it live on like the Not For Everyone Instagram story. And I was like, no, 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 no. I'm going to reveal it live during this recording. So that was the plan. But before that happened, I posted a selfie, like a random image on the YouTube community tab where you can post like polls and questions for people. And I posted a question over the weekend for people to answer and I put a selfie with it. And you could see like just part of the sweatshirt logo in it. And for a moment I was like, oh, I should crop that out in case Jess sees. And then I was like, no, Jess will never see this. Like,
I be on
who's even
YouTube.
on the you'd
Bitch,
be
I
on
be on YouTube.
YouTube?
I be on the community tab. I be especially when it's you. Like I'll scroll through that tab and
I've
not really
never
pay
looked
much
at anyone's
attention.
community tab. I forget that it's even there.
Well, when you just scroll, I think the way it's set up is like when you scroll on
It
your
puts it in
who you're
there. Yeah.
subscribed to or something, it blends the community posts with videos and other things and shorts. It's like all in one
Yeah.
scroll. And so I
Anyhow,
don't
she
usually
spotted
stop
it.
on those things,
She
but when it's you,
spotted
I
her
stop.
fucking eagle eye, and the
Oh yeah.
surprise was ruined, but I'm wearing it now.
Yes. I do feel jealous, but I also feel happy for you. And I also feel like I'm just going to make one for myself now. And I also feel
Yeah.
like more to come. We're not doing merch anytime soon because that will be a little bit of a time consuming task, but I do want to do merch and people do ask us about merch.
People do be
So
asking about merch.
just
Yeah.
know that it's like on the radar. But first, me and Caroline both have to have our own sweatshirts and then we can share it with the masses. Okay. There are
Yeah.
two people who are the priority here, and it's us.
Making merch. We are working on merch. It's just for Jess, though, to
Right.
start.
It's just a full sweatsuit with a hat and socks.
That
And
would
once
be
I have all
fun.
of that,
Oh,
then we
and
can share it.
socks. That would be fun if you
Socks.
just announced like merch is here, and then it was just like a bunch of mirror selfies of like what you have to wear. And that was really the extent of it.
It's so funny. People writing in, like, how do we get it? Oh, you just look at this picture of me, like it,
I am wearing
subscribe,
it
like,
like
subscribe. um,
okay, what else?
I wrote some things down. Let me see.
Excellent.
Oh,
I,
I learned something. Speaking of a couple things I've learned over the course of this episode, I've already shared all of my scientific learnings from the week.
yes, scientists.
So I'm sure that I knew this like long ago, and it just is information that isn't really that important or relevant, and you don't really like actively think of a lot. So
Okay.
I kind of forgot. But
Okay.
then I relearned just within the last like month, I would say, that the moon, that that full moons,
Just yeah,
that
what?
full moons always happen at the end of the month.
Okay, I never knew that. No, I regret
Okay.
laughing now because I never knew that. At the end of the month?
Yes, the lunar cycle is aligned with months, more or less. It's honestly aligned with, it's like a 28-day cycle. It's like a woman's menstrual cycle. And so full moons always happen on like the 29th through 31st ish, sometime in that time frame of the month. And I started realizing over the
Is
last
that
couple
fucking
months,
true?
I looked it up and it is true. I was sensing this
Wow.
just from noticing when full moons were happening. And then I looked it up and it's true. I will even go so far as to say that the word month probably comes from the same root as the word moon because they both start with MON
I don't think
sounds.
I don't think that's correct. I do not
I
think
didn't
that
check
is
that, but
accurate.
I'm saying
I
that
think
that's my science. This
I
is
don't
my
think that's how
science.
Latin works, but I do. That's true. That's just science. Okay, a full moon happens roughly every 29.5 days, but wouldn't eventually get off. Oh no, that's why we have like the rando days and shit.
That's like how they created the calendar, I think.
I guess I knew that, but I didn't know that the moon grew throughout the month.
It grew.
The
It
moon gets
grows.
bigger. The moon it starts out skinny and then it gets bloated throughout the month. I
Yeah,
forgot.
it does. Much like me.
I'm
um,
about
yeah.
to, for speaking of full moons, I'm about to get my period, and periods be so random.
Oh
Like,
yeah.
there's no fucking, speaking of science, there's no
There's no
science
science.
related to my period. There's no science related to my period. It's like 1 month. I have like, I'm gonna go ahead and say I have like double F titties this month, which is not true. They're like maybe a
Okay.
B, but they're
Right.
huge. They're the hugest. They're so big, nobody even knows what to do with them. They hurt so bad, and then some months it doesn't happen at all at my period. My cramps are wilding out. Sometimes my cramps, and sometimes they don't be. Sometimes the cramps come a week before my period. Sometimes they happen during the period. The week before thing is confusing because I thought the cramping was it forcing blood out of me,
Right.
but apparently it's not. It's just like getting like it's just getting like emotionally prepared to squeeze blood out of
Right.
me. There's no science related to periods.
Yeah, I would agree. I don't know when mine happen. Like, they don't happen
What?
every month. They don't
Oh,
happen on the same
what?
week. Ever since I
What?
got an IUD, actually, this is not
Same.
true.
I have
Okay,
an IUD. I have an
here's a
IUD.
complaint about my
Okay.
IUD.
Oh yeah.
Let's talk about it.
Okay.
I, first of all, IUD, love you, sweet baby, keep me without babies everything I'm saying about you don't need to be offended. It's just like you come with pros and cons.
If
So
you're an IUD that's listening to this and you get offended, you do not have to unsubscribe. We insult lots of people.
we do. It's not just you. It's not for
It's
everyone,
not
and
just
it's also
you.
not about Anyway,
It's not about you. It's not about you.
it's not about
IUD.
you. It's about me. And um I really like my IUD out of all of the birth control methods that I have tried, but because I don't have to think about it and whatever. But it has really fucked with my period. And like for the first year that I had it, it didn't fuck with my period at all. I was still getting periods and I was still getting them generally on like a normal monthly cycle. And sure, was I unhappy that I wasn't one of the women who just lose their period when they get an IUD? Yes, I wish I could have been one of those. But I was also like, fine, whatever. I'm just going to be somebody who still has it. And it was still arriving monthly, and that's fine. I could still track it, whatever. Then after like a year of having it, maybe even 2 years, um, all of a sudden my period is mysteriously like shows up like 5 times a year,
Mm.
and it'll be either for 1 day or for 9 days. And it'll
No,
be
no.
it'll be
No
like really
science.
light.
No science
No, it'll
related
be
to it.
really light or it'll be heavy. It'll stop, but then it'll start again. Like there's no
No.
method to the
No.
madness. And I was talking to a couple friends of mine who are
Either
doctors, and
1 day or 9 really
it,
confusing.
it
One
truly
day
could be
or
either.
9.
And I never know. And I never know. So I just have to always have tampons with me. And then I was asking a friend of mine who's a doctor, like, what's the deal with this? Should I go get it checked out? Is it normal? Like, I feel like I'm going to get it checked out just to make sure that that's not an issue that I'm having. And she was like, well, sometimes that can be the effect of an IUD. And really, it's just spotting. And it won't even happen until like a year or two into the IUD. It's like, shouldn't the
What?
effects of the IUD only happen within the first couple months? And at this point, it's like, it's part of me. It's been part of me for years. Why are we
That's
now
weird. What?
changing up?
That's
So
weird.
she normalized it, which I guess made me feel better, but it also means it's just like a weird mystery that I have to deal with.
You know
And
what? You know what blows ass about that?
tell me,
I bet if you ask 10 different doctors, they
yeah,
give you 10 different answers, even 10 different OBGYNs. Like you would get 10 different answers. It feels like so much of it, they're like, well, sometimes some things could happen sometimes, and there's
right.
occurrences of sometimes. It's like, I don't feel like they're just making shit up.
Yeah, fair
It's like
enough. Or they're
anything
just
could
basing it off
happen.
of what they've seen or what they've researched
Yeah.
or whatever, but there's so much more out there. Yeah, honestly, the safe bet is probably to just get it checked out either way. And obviously, we're not doctors, and if you're worried about something similar, do not do what I'm doing. Do whatever. Check you with your doctor, check
You're
with the people
saying
in
we're
your
not
life.
doctors? Oh, okay.
I don't know. All of a sudden, I had a realization of like, we're talking about these things, and I don't want somebody to relate to what I'm describing and then be like, oh, Jess said it's fine. So it's fine.
Oh God, yeah, don't listen to what we say.
Don't,
No. I mean,
don't.
yeah, we are doctors, but like that also doesn't mean anything. I just said 10 doctors could tell you 10 different things.
Right.
Right.
I feel like people, just fair warning, just a disclaimer that we need to remind.
That's true.
Um, yeah, I, it's really a nightmare. I'm living in fear of it. I can't plan for it. I don't know if I'm going to have it. Next weekend, I'm going to a friend's wedding, and I would really like to know if I'm going to have my period because it would probably influence the dress I'm going to wear and like the things that I
Yeah.
pack and things like that.
Bright red.
Mystery.
Bright
Yeah,
red
the only
dress.
way.
Yeah.
The only way.
Do you,
So
if you
anyway,
don't get your period, do you feel like you're like stopped up with like a period in you that it's not coming out?
sometimes I think that. Yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. Like a
Yeah.
clumps, just a clump of what would have been a baby but isn't a baby. That's what it
I guess
is.
I meant like hormonally. I guess you're like lot
Oh.
clumps.
No, I meant physically. You mean you feel
I
hormonally
got
backed up
clumps. I got
sometimes?
clumps. No, that doesn't really happen to me. It's pretty
Oh,
regular.
okay,
I
okay.
got clumps. That's so
I
funny.
got clumps on clumps.
I got clumps on clumps. Clumps on
This is a
clumps. Clumps
stupid
on
episode.
clumps. I want clumps on clumps to be like my stripper name. Welcome,
Clumps on
welcome to
clumps.
the stage. Welcome to the stage, clumps.
That's a show I'd love to see.
That is not a good show.
Wow. Clumps on
That is
Clumps.
not a hygienic show. No. Clumps is mounting the pole against the doctor's orders.
Clumps won't let
uh,
go. She won't slide down the pole.
My
She'll
name's
wait a few more
Caroline,
days to
but
do that.
you can call me Clumps. Okay. I feel so stupid. Oh, you want me to read? I'm sorry about yours, period.
It's fine. I'm not that worried about it. It was just something to talk about. Speaking of
Yeah.
clumps on clumps, I just remembered something I had written down related to like body types. I'm trying to segue
Yeah.
here.
Okay.
There was something I saw on Instagram recently. You know how there's all these reels and YouTube shorts and whatever you watch TikToks that are about like styling for different body types. I love it. I actually like rely on it. There are so many creators who like
Totally.
have a body type that's more similar to mine than what I've seen represented in the past, and it's super helpful to see how different styles fit on them. And
Yeah.
I be buying everything that's on their Amazon storefronts. Like I'm cool with that. But this girl popped up on my Instagram who described her body type as a romantic body type. And I was
Okay.
like, okay, now we're just
No,
making shit up.
it is annoying to me, but I think that's a whole it's a whole, I don't know what it's called. It's like some system for like, what the fuck? It's like part of a system. No, she didn't make that up. It's still fucking
Okay.
stupid to me. Romantic body type. Oh, kibbe. I think it's called kibbe. Do you know
Kibbe,
about
that's
fucking
a
kibbe?
Lebanese food. There's a
Kibbe, that
Lebanese food
could be
called
true.
kibbe.
Kitty body. Okay, let me read you some of this. I don't know that much about it. I'm
Hmm.
sure it's not completely useless, but something about it is annoying to me. Okay, so Kibbe body types. Freaking list the body types to me. I don't want to just look at pictures of Angelina Jolie. Body types. List them out, ho. List. Okay, these are the Kibbe body types. Dramatic. Soft dramatic. First of all, obviously, I have a dramatic body type.
Obviously, I have a
Soft
soft,
dramatic.
dramatic body
Soft
type.
dramatic. Flamboyant natural. Soft natural. Dramatic classic. Soft classic. Flamboyant gamine. Soft gamine. It's not showing me the rest of the list, but like I think romantic
Okay.
is I think that's what romantic is a part of. Unless I
I've
don't know.
never heard of
It's
this, but it
all
does
it's all
track.
asinine. It's all asinine. It's part of like I think there's a big trend going on right now. I see it on YouTube sometimes of like the like color seasons. What's your color?
Yeah, I've
What's
seen that.
your kibbe body type? I don't really like it. It also was something that like there's totally a value in um yeah, just naming what you're working with so that you can figure out how you best want to hype it up. Like same goes for designing a space. Like what is the bones of like what kind of architecture is this? So you can learn what you want to pair with it. I don't think it's good or bad. I think it's just like acknowledging facts. But I watched one of these kibbe body type tutorial things, and nothing about it was intuitive. It's not like when you watch it, you're
Mm.
like, oh, that makes sense. Oh, this. I was like, in none of it, it was like really hard to keep it
Because those
straight.
descriptors like aren't visual descriptors. They're
It was very
adjectives.
weird. It was really
And
hard to follow the logic of it. It did not feel
right.
helpful.
I feel like okay, this is my guess about it, but this is the first I'm hearing of this Kibbe system. But my guess is that maybe the intention is to separate like okay, a typical way that bodies have been described is like pear shape, apple shape. It's based on shape, and that I find helpful because it's a visual thing that you know what that means, and you can compare it to your body type and be like, okay, yeah, I'm lower on bottom, I'm a pear shape or whatever. So I find that helpful, but maybe there's also some movement to like separate that visualization from describing body types because maybe these people are operating under an assumption that like it's
The
inherently
fruits have
negative
yeah.
to be pear shaped because that's admitting that you're
Right.
you're big on
And if you're
bottom.
don't write into us about shitting on pear shapes. I'm a fucking pear shape,
I'm a pear shape.
obviously.
Yeah, that's
Obviously
fine.
I'm a pear. Obviously I'm a fucking pear. But
Actually, I don't know if I
yeah.
am. But
I
yeah,
think it does. I think it does take it further than that because you can be. It's like angularness and shoulders and like other bullshit like tone. I don't know.
okay,
You know what? Maybe there's something to it. Maybe I shouldn't be shitting on it. But just the whole something about it is annoying to me. I
it
think as soon
is
as you're making up cucalacha words, it is kind of annoying to
cucaracha.
me. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
that's how I felt about romantic. I was like, I'm down to look at how you style yourself right now, girly, but like, what am I taking from the romantic description? Like, how do I know? I was just looking at her
Okay,
and there
let me
was
read you.
nothing really defining about her body type
This
where
is
I
what
was like, oh, that's what romantic
I
is.
fucking agree. Okay, this is the definition. Romantic body type is defined by lush yin. The fuck is that? And is the overall combination of a soft physicality and magnetic essence. Okay, so now we're doing physical categories
With
that
essence.
also account for your essence. The fuck, the example photo they have is Marilyn Monroe. A slight deviation from the following characteristics is always possible and should not be worried over as long it does not upset the overall lush yin balance. Okay.
So yin
Okay.
is
The fuck is the
female
yin?
identified. Like
Okay.
I have a friend who's a yoga instructor and she taught me that like yin yoga is more aligned with female energy. It's like restorative, slow movements, holding poses. So if it means the same thing, then I'm applying that to this, which is like they're describing it as like soft and feminine
Okay.
features. So I
That's
guess that's
fine.
what the romantic body type is. But like, why
I
is
don't like
any
that's
one
fine.
woman's body more yin than any other woman's
I
body?
do,
We're
yeah.
all fucking yin.
I'm objecting to the compound phrase of lush yin. I that's those are sounds I don't like.
I
I don't
know.
care what the definitions are. I don't care what it means. I don't ever want to hear you fucking say lush yin to me.
Yeah, please don't. Wow, that's okay. Yeah, game over. You just explained it in a way that I wasn't consciously aware that I was experiencing it, but I was.
That's upsetting. I get mad about sounds. I get mad about sounds sometimes. I'm like, this sound is so dumb.
I get mad about a lot of things.
Okay,
I
it would
really
be
think that
now I
my
want to know.
anger
Now
has
I want to
been,
know.
I feel like my anger has been higher since we've started this podcast.
Yeah, I think I've had a very good influence on you.
Well, what did you want to know?
I was like, now I kind of want to know what our stupid kibble body type is.
Oh, kibble. Kibble. It's either dog food or Lebanese food. Kibble or kibby. I don't know. I don't know. Wait,
I
is
am
there
sick
like a
of being a
test?
pair.
Can I
Yeah,
submit
there's
a
a
photo
stupid
or answer
test.
questions or some
Do you
shit?
want to pause? Do you want to pause real quick and figure out our stupid ass body types?
Yeah.
Okay, kibble body type
Is there like,
test.
can you send me a link?
Kibble body type test. Yeah, here, let's take the same one.
It is kibby, like
Oh, this seems
Lebanese.
kind of subjective. Like you could fuck it up.
Oh.
What?
Take a picture.
This is no, I can't do this.
Oh my God, there's so many numbers and letters involved.
Yeah, I hate
1A,
this. How long is your vertical
2D.
line? Get the fuck out of here, you
What? I don't know
pervert.
my measurements. I'm fucking vibing out here, just
What
ordering
is
whatever
this
size seems
bullshit?
right. I just ordered
What?
the size that the Instagram
Here's
model.
here's a question. My vertical line can best be described as A, long, B, moderately long, C, moderate, D, smallish, E, petit, petit. What? Okay. What
I
the
hate this a lot.
hell? I
I
hate
hate
this.
it a lot. It's not
I do hate
helpful.
it. I do hate it. And this is the exact thing people are going to DM us about and defend it. Just know I'm not going to read your DM. I hate defending this. I hate it.
It's also like
I cannot articulate why I hate this so much.
it's still gonna exist. Just because we hate it doesn't mean it's gonna just spontaneously combust. So
Yeah,
if it's
that's true.
something that you like, cool. Us
Like it
hating
in
it doesn't
quiet.
mean it's gonna
Like it in
disappear and
quiet.
you're never gonna want to be able to use it again. You can keep
Question
using
number
it.
4. Question number
Spend
4.
all your time calculating your vertical line. That's
What
fine.
size and shape are your hands and feet?
Oh,
What?
well, that brings me to something that
My
actually
feet
like a
are
working
feet
theory.
shaped. My
No,
feet are shaped
Caroline.
like feet.
No, no. This is a theory that I've had for quite some time, and
Oh,
it's
no. Wait. This one is really good though. Number 5 is the question is what is the overall shape of your body? Is this not why we are taking the test? Aren't you supposed to tell me that? What the fuck?
so you input pear shape and then they output
It says
flamboyant
you're
soft. Um
What was the thing you were going to tell me?
I have this theory that I've been working on for quite some time.
Oh,
And
a
it's that
thesis.
there's approximately 8 types of feet and hands.
The Kibble Body Test by Jessica Dr.
So I
fucking
guess I do love this.
Clump DeBakey.
Now that they've acknowledged feet and hands, I feel like,
Okay.
and listen, I'm not
Okay.
just like looking at everybody's feet when I walk through the streets.
I'm looking at
Okay,
everybody's hands.
relax.
I will talk to you about hands in a second.
I feel like, and hands I am looking at. Like,
Yeah,
I
I
feel like
am.
a man's hand, if I'm on a date or something, like I want to know what your hands look like.
That is,
So
yes, it's a deal breaker for
100%,
me.
it's a deal breaker.
Yes. Let me look at
So
those fun little twiddle doos you got.
I've been in the world long enough where I've observed a certain finite number of like foot styles and hand styles. And I just think everybody falls into like one of approximately 8. There might be more, there might be less. I don't have them all written down. I'm just saying that even if they have like a very different look about them and body type and coloring, like there's so many things that make a person's look unique, but then the feet and hands, we're all united by.
Yeah,
There's feet
okay.
that are like bulbous, there's feet that are like kind of stubby, there's feet that are like long and thin. Like there's just approximately 8 types of feet.
There's only 8 feet in the world. Yeah, I
Think
get
about your
that.
friends' feet, and
Okay.
I bet you can group them into
Group your friends' feet.
foot categories. I just
I don't think
eh,
I've seen enough of my friends' feet, but hands. I can identify people by their hands.
totally.
Like if you just show me the hands, maybe everybody can. Is that special? I don't know.
No, I think that that's accurate. I think that that's right.
Yeah,
You have identifiable hands. I have identifiable hands too, for that matter.
yeah, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, wait. But maybe that contradicts what we were saying before about there's only 8 hands.
Oh no. It's identifiable. Oh,
Types.
types. Yeah. It's like maybe,
Types.
yeah, that does contradict
Clumps.
it.
That brings us back to
But
clumps.
clumps. Clumps. People are going to
This,
write in about the foot categories and they're going to agree with me. I feel really good that this is when I've decided to unveil my working theory. If somebody
yeah,
wants to
I
write
feel
out
really
the different
good.
types, because I'm not going to do it. I already
You
said at the
haven't
beginning of the
titled them. You
episode,
haven't titled them.
I
That's
haven't
so
titled them.
funny.
I already said at the beginning of the episode, I'd be doing a lot and I
Yeah.
need to be acknowledged for how much I do. So I'm just passing off this
Write
theory.
in. Yeah, this is good. That's true.
Somebody
Write
pick up
in
where I've left off and write the 8 foot
the
types
foot
and hand
kibby, the
types.
foot kibble. Write
The
in with your
kibbles.
foot kibble. With your foot kibble. I I'm here for the hands. I don't think I've looked at that many feet in my life, but hands are a big deal to me. And it's sexual, it's both sexual and not.
Mm-hmm.
Um yeah, but and it's funny because I've talked to other people before who were like, "Oh yeah, I also really like men's hands." And then they'll send me like a celebrity whose hands they like and I'm like, "That is incorrect." You know,
Whoa.
everybody still has there's not an agreed upon hand look is what I have
Totally.
found. Yeah. As
You just
much
have
as
to
they're,
like the hand.
you
Mm-hmm.
just have to like the hand, but I think mine is probably correct. So,
Yeah, I feel like mine is correct. Maybe it's the
yeah.
same. I don't really know how to describe it though.
Mm,
It's kind of
I
the
could
same as
describe
like a
it.
forearm, like a veiny forearm. Like some people are really into that. And I feel like that can extend into a hand. Not
Yeah.
that it's veiny, but just that it's like defined, like they've rock climbed and they have like really good grip strength. Like I feel like
Oh,
that's
like
a
they've built
hand
up some
type,
calluses. Oh,
maybe a
wait,
little bit.
are you describing your preference or are you just describing a hand?
It's like within the range of my preference. I don't have one hand type that's my preference. I probably have like 3,
Same. Yeah,
and
there's a couple that are acceptable.
that's one of them. But then if you
Okay.
apply that to a small short hand, it immediately isn't going to work.
I would say it's all about proportions again. It's about
Yeah,
proportions. I like to
palm
see.
distance.
Oh, yeah. No, I don't want that palm too long. I don't want that
Yeah.
palm. I don't want the palm fucking going on and on before the fingers start
Oh
in the
my
mix.
god, please.
No, sir.
But the
No,
proportionality of the fingers to the palms is also pretty key.
that's true. That's true. Let's start our own hand kibble.
Okay. What
I
type, can you describe the hand that you like, the hand kibble?
I could
Or what
I
would
in
you just name
general
it?
a clump probably.
A clump.
A clump.
A
No, I
flamboyant
like
clump.
a flamboyant.
I can't get over the word flamboyant in the kibble approach. Like it's
What?
honestly
We have to use the same. Let's use it. Make our kibble. Let's make our kibble. Wait, hold on. Let's make our kibble our foot kibble.
our foot kibble.
Let's make our foot kibble and use all the same adjectives from the kibble test, but use different nouns. So it's like a romantic kook and a soft kook. There's a hard kook, a soft kook, and a romantic kook.
Okay,
There's
yeah.
a flamboyant clump, a hard clump.
There needs to be a bulb. One of them needs to be a bulb because I'm really
A
thinking about a
bulb.
certain kind of toe that's like bulbous. So there's a
Wait, I can't
romantic
see the rest.
bulb,
I can't see the rest of the bulbs or the rest of the
a
types.
flamboyant bulb.
This is stupid. We spent half the podcast on this.
If people want to be following along,
classic bulb, a classic bulb, romantic bulb.
we keep calling this kibble, but it's KIBBE if you want to look
I
it up.
know it's called kibby, but I'm calling it kibble to undermine it.
Yes, I think that's been clear.
Stupid.
I just want people to be able to Google it so that they can understand what we've been talking about for 20 minutes.
Okay, Jess, I have a question for you.
Okay.
Have you ever sucked a toe?
No, proudly.
Okay.
Have you? No judgment, but proudly.
I think like maybe I think maybe once. It's not like a habit of mine.
Okay. Like on a dare
No.
type of thing?
No, I don't think it was a dare.
Oh, like definitely voluntarily then?
I think it was like I think it was a romantic bulb
Heat of the moment
situation.
Yeah. Let me get that bulb.
I don't think I really, or no. I don't think I did. I think someone sucked my toe once.
Oh, okay.
But I don't think that they needed it. I don't think I needed it. I think it was the kind of thing where we did it. We were both just like, why? Who was that for?
Like maybe you were like, I've heard that people do this. Should we do it
No,
and see if
I
there's
didn't
anything
ask for
to
it.
it?
No,
Okay.
I did not ask for it. I think I know the things that I think I know how I feel about toes getting sucked. Yeah, I don't think I asked for it. Yeah.
Yeah, I have not had my toes sucked, nor have I sucked a toe, and I'm pretty comfortable with it staying that way. Now,
Okay.
I like a foot massage. It's like I'm not grossed out by somebody touching my feet,
Right.
but yeah, it just doesn't need to be. There's other things you can suck on me. The end. Clumps.
This has been not for everybody. Thank you guys for tuning in. This has been a clumpy little recording. We don't want to hear anything you have to say about the kibble body type. I cannot fucking handle this internet bullshit. But you can send us pictures of your feet. You can send us pictures of your feet if you label it, like draw on the picture. You can like draw label stuff when you take a picture on your phone. You guys know phones and pictures. If you label a category for your foot, you can send us a picture of your foot, but you have to like name the category.
Yeah. And I'm gonna do you one better.
Maybe we'll post them. Should we post them?
I'm gonna do you one better. I'm gonna say don't send it to us in DMs because checking the DMs is really an exhausting task. So post it on your story.
They won't do that.
You're not gonna post your feet pics on your story. That's true. I actually don't want to encourage them to give that out for free. Okay, fine. DM them to us. I guess I'll just have to field foot pics until the end of time. The thing that happens when we ask people to DM us,
you can post on your story.
People are catching up to the podcast every single day. So if we ask for foot pics this week, I'm going to get them for a year. I'm still getting the same reel about what is DJ. Yes, guys, I've seen the girl who talked about what is DJ. I saw it, and 100 of you have sent it to us.
No, there's nothing anyone has sent us more of is that one single reel. It's
we've seen it. Thank you so much. I've seen it. I actually did share it on our story, but if you're new, you don't know that, and that's not your fault. I'm just venting for a sec. This is what happens in the DMs. Please just send us if your foot's like really original.
Send us pictures of your foot. I don't give a fuck.
If it's original. Oh, yeah. Also, speaking of things that people DM us, I think this has quieted, but I still get an occasional DM about your being haunted and having those like night terrors and things like that. And you referenced in our last episode that you think you're haunted and people were worried, like, "Oh, has it not stopped?" So can you give an update on how things are going
Sure.
there?
Yeah, I thought I was doing the outro, but I'm
No, I
always
need this
haunted.
is for me in the DMs, please.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely okay, this is me cleaning up your DMs. That's true.
Yeah.
No, I'm always going to be a little haunted. I knew that. I've been haunted my whole life. When I was complaining about it in recent months, it wasn't because I was getting haunted for the first time. I was born haunted. I was born with a ghost hovering over me, but it was just getting really bad. And that's what was freaking me out. I was like, why now? Why here? Why this? Why this? But it has really subsided a lot. Yeah,
Okay,
it's not bad
good,
at all. It's not bad at all.
good.
Sometimes it's like very random. Like, I feel a lot safer in my home. And also, like, at some point this week, I woke up in the middle of the night and was just like, if I stare into the dark long enough, I'm going to see a face. And then I continue to stare into the dark and I can't stop myself. And then I can't go to sleep for like 3 hours.
Cool. That
Kind of like
seems
that.
more like a you thing. Yeah, for sure.
You can find us on Instagram, Not For Everyone Pod with the number 4. Jess is at Jay DeBakey. And I'm on YouTube, Caroline Winkler. You know what, bitches? Send us your feet.